Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So we're getting ready for our morning session. There I am taking a quick look at Intel and maybe a short opportunity today to fill in that gap, but we'll see. I'd like to see it test its high and then come back down and play it short, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But often after a big move like this, it comes back down. Anyway, the goal here is to make $100 a day, maybe $200 a day on the morning session, and then the afternoon sessions make more than that, couple, 2, 3, 500. So at the end of the day, you get to between 2 and 500 every day, and just to try to make a living, and that's what we focus on here. Indicator-driven trading. You can trade along with me, but I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so always seek the advice of someone licensed before you try to copy or emulate anything that I do on this channel, educational and entertainment channel here. So I will be taking live trades in the moment so you can watch me, but again, do your own due diligence as what trades you might want to do. That being said, this is the Thinkorswim layout. I have my custom scanners over here that will help me find the stocks quickly. This is the consolidation scanner. This is coded in between $25 and $500, 100K volume per 1 minute candle. So you're getting a lot of action, which is coded in here on an ATR over 2. This is the second indicator down here, which is just 10K volume per 1 minute candle, but moving 15 cents within 15 to 20 seconds, and usually more than that. So you're getting that liquidity up and down. Opportunities to get in and out of for the strike and recoil, like when the stock strikes, you hit the recoil, go the other way, or it's like you're buying the dip. The dip is sort of the strike down. It's the same kind of thing. It's just a different way to say it. If you think about it as a strike and recoil, it seems counterintuitive. You are not trying to go with the trend. I mean, if you are, you're just taking profit as the trend moves up, because the trend just doesn't go, or down. The trend just doesn't go straight in one direction, right? It kind of goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you're trying to get the fourth. the back and forth, whatever. You're trying to get the move that's opposite of the way that it's going, and then banking your profits all the way up. And if you get caught, you want to make sure you get caught the way that it's going, So, but anyway, yeah, that's basically why we use these scanners. So this one is priced between 25 and 400 ATR, average true range over $3. And like I just said, only 10K volume, moving at least 15 cents within 15 to 30 seconds at the most on the level 2. This last one's for more of a mid cap, priced between $25 and $200. So only a $2 billion maximum, a minimum market cap, where these other twos are $25 billion minimum market cap. And this has got 50K volume per 1 minute candle. So it's going to give us lots of opportunities of what to find, and then you quickly go onto the chart and see what is the liquidity meter telling you here, which is an amazing indicator that's basically calcing the level 1, because Thinkorswim doesn't let you look at level 2, but it calcs it a few candles back for the possibility to get in and out of those strike and recoil trades, to make sure that it is moving. So you don't want to come over here where it's gray and says dead, because you'll just be sitting on a stock forever as the ask and bid just are within a penny or two, and there's no moves for you. So, and then this one, once you get in, this indicator, which is the average true target, I think it's called, a true target projection. That one's going to give you what you should go for. Get out like 3/4 of it, I would say. Now it's pre-market, so it's kind of slow right now. Also gives you the spread, and it shows you how many pennies. So if you're going for 12 cents down, and get out when it says 8 here, and that's better to get used to reading that than to look at your P&L, which could freak you out and stops you from, as you get more accurate, raising your share size, right? So these are just little tools that prop firms use to train their traders up, even when they're already good traders and they're investing in them. They want them to get better and make them more money. Down here you have the Scalp Pro meter, which actually lets you see inside the 1 minute candle, the sellers and the buyers, their strength within them. What is their strength? Is it above or below the VWAP on the 14 EMA, which is a standard one to look at? the candlestick volume for the last candle 1 minute, and then if it increases past that, it turns colors and it gives you a little ding like the momentum's moving in that direction because there's more volume. So these are things that you can learn to read without indicators. It just takes longer, so indicators help you. These here are multi-chart alignment, where you can see when the other candles are going to close, whether it be 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. Remember, there's a lot of traders that only trade at those higher increments, so you want to trade with the crowd. So knowing when that's about to flip helps you along with the other indicators. That's the MACD that just lit up there, that white arrow, and that's the RSI, the green arrow. So these are in here giving you directional signs. Usually in the pre-market, you'll see them kind of fight each other because there's no real action. But when you get to open session, these MACD is based on, well, it's convergence divergence, but that's based on exponential moving average. This is tweaked to the 920 and the 6. And then this is the RSI, whether it's overbought or oversold. And the market magnet is based on volume profile, tweaked for large and mega caps. Another one that is specifically designed for prop firms for like a strike and recoil or buy the dip type of strategy. Very, very helpful. You'll see me call it out all the time during trading. There's the multi-chart alignment. And then we didn't talk about half and whole dollars or the intraday reaction zones. So the intraday reaction zones are the pre-market low, center, and high, which are also breakout levels that people go by when they're trading the open. But you can look at the pre-market levels throughout the day. They're often respected. They stop, consolidate, change direction at those levels throughout the day, particularly with large and mega cap stocks. And then you also have the ATR quarter, half, and full range marked out. And they are reaction zones. Like you're not looking at an exact price, right? You're looking at when you see that level that's going across your chart horizontally, you're knowing that in that area, many, many traders are watching that level and may take a trade or get out of a trade at that level. So we call them reaction zones only. You can't count on them. Of course, you can't count on anything. But the more data that you get, the more data that you build up, the better chance probability you have of taking a good entry or exit. And that's all it is, because all we have is historical data. And from that historical data, we look for patterns. And from those patterns, we assume they might repeat a probability. And then we decide in our brain that there's a good probability and we take that trade. That's kind of how that would connect the dots, right? Nothing tells you the future, but it can predict the probability of a future if you get enough of them lined up. That's the whole mystical thing about trading. That's it. There's no algorithm, no AI is going to tell you this stock's going this way. The only way AI can do it, and I've never found one yet that can work, and I work with a lot of traders, and they make money selling them to other people, but they don't use them themselves. That's the reality, guys. So be careful with that stuff. You can see yesterday I was trading 600 shares. That was my last debacle trade. And if you want to see the life of a trader, watch some of the trades yesterday. At one point, I don't think you saw on this one. I trade on 3 different accounts, but on this account is the one I stream on. And I at one point was down $1,300, and then you saw me trade. If you stream with me in the afternoon, you saw me dig out of the hole, get all the way back down to, I made scalping all the way back down to even. And then in the end, I came back on, broke my own rules, and had one mega bad trade. But it's very entertaining to watch me. I got a whole bunch of emails saying, "Man, I would never do what you do, but it's fun to watch you trade." It's like, well, I maybe like a better message than that, but I get what you're saying. But yeah, I really enjoy. I enjoy the losing trades too. To be all honest with you guys. Why? That sounds stupid, doesn't it? That sounds like a lie. It's not a lie. It's a different type of enjoyment, right? It's like if that trade made a big difference in my life, I absolutely would be upset about the money, okay? But luckily, I'm so lucky, and I know I'm lucky, I don't have to worry about that unless I just start losing tens of thousands of dollars, which I hope I will control myself from doing. So trading, though, I enjoy so much, and to get the kind of adrenaline release is the best way to say it. I need to get on the edge. I need to push the envelope, and I enjoy that feeling, that rush. It's hard for somebody my age that's been through as much as I've been through to get a rush. So you have to try to put yourself in my shoes, which might be hard if you're younger. That I have a good time when I lose too, because I get my heart beating. Because I want to be accurate. And I don't want to let the viewer down. My ego's like, don't fail in front of people, So it gets it like, oh man. So the more when people are watching, suddenly my adrenaline's higher. There's more on the line, right? If I'm just sitting privately, it's like, I lost $1,000 and whatever. I'll make it up in the end, and so on and so forth. Not a big deal, right? You can work yourself up to make $1 be a big deal. So you got to be careful. So really, yesterday's debacle, breaking the rules at the end. Come on, the guys talked me into it. They apologized. Everybody wants me to trade more. Everybody wants me to keep trading till I drop dead. That's what they want me to do. And I should have stopped at 3:30 when I signed off the first time, but I made another video if you haven't seen it, it's just terrible. Because I got green, and then there was like $46 to clean up, and I even told a story about, what happens when you go for that last trade. And then I went and did it. And I kept doubling down, kept adding in, going, it's going to come back. And then I found out from most of my viewers that the moment I logged off, like within moments, it came back and would have made me a ton of money. As we say, that puppet master. And I do appreciate all the kind comments, because you tend to beat yourself up, because I had it. I had a great afternoon with small shares. My accuracy was incredible getting out of that hole, and I felt really empowered being able to trade that accurate and call those levels and read that order flow. That gets my boat floating, whatever you want to call it. That gets me going when I can be that accurate and get in the zone. I really felt in the zone yesterday afternoon. I love that feeling where you just feel like you can do no wrong. And when I got to the end, I had decision fatigue. I called it. I didn't want to do it. I got off of it. Then I got more coffee. I actually got like a little shoulder rub. Come on! It got me to come back on 15 minutes later, and I screwed it all up. I know when I was tired. I'm kind of tired today, too. I didn't get much sleep. Yesterday, it started out bad in the morning session because I took a opening trade that was bad. And then I continued to take trades that really weren't lining up. And that's how I got in the hole. Then I got out of the hole in the afternoon. So today, interesting, moving into today, we have Intel, which has gone way up. And really, in a situation like this, we look for the gap to fill. If it can't hold let's see where our VWAP is, okay? So here's our VWAP. So if it drops, this could drop. It really, because the VWAP's up here, you can't expect a big flush because it didn't leave the VWAP in the dust, right? So the bulk of your capital's up here. But we want to look for a sort of an upward move in the beginning and then ride it short. That would be my prediction. That's how these usually go. But again, do your own due diligence. There's no knowing for sure. But I'm going to look at this at the open because this is exciting as a stock to trade at the open. And I don't think you should take opening trades. And that's what put me in the hole yesterday, was to trade the first 10 minutes of the open, where there is remember, we're looking for that ceiling and floor. We're looking for those channels. We're looking for those reaction zones to tighten and then call the trades in between them, like big lumbering stocks do. They just move in a sort of steady motion, the big large cap and mega caps. That's what we want. We don't want catalysts. We're not looking for momentum. We're counter momentum, because that's what you can count on every day. You can basically go to the same stocks day after day. It'd be good to get a biased, of course, general direction, so you can play the recoil in the right direction. But you saw me yesterday, if you watched the afternoon session, Tesla was all over the board, and I cleaned up just playing the zones and watching the order flow. So every trade was a winning trade for them. I think I had maybe one or two trades out of 30 or 40 that were tiny losses, but the rest were all good victories. So, and it's a certain way I trade. Well, I will scale in, but I'm watching order flow That's what went wrong yesterday, is that it was too close to the end of the market. And when I saw a move going up, I added in, but then there wasn't enough volume to push it, and then I got stuck in it. And it just, anyway, I won't keep harping on that. When you, even though I say I like it, it releases adrenaline, I want to learn from those mistakes. I will have more adrenaline released if I get in those positions and I'm green at the end of it. I will be happier. But either way, I have a good time trading, because it's not the end of the world if I have a loss, you know. But I know I'm lucky that way, and most of you aren't in that position. So you need to really keep your maximum loss per trade, a maximum loss per day, have a day trading plan, trade in a simulator first, all that jazz I keep saying over and over. Because I traded 5 sessions yesterday, I still don't have my voice back yet. And the weekend's my chance to kind of heal up. I almost didn't come on this morning, but I didn't want to leave it the way that it was, because I really want to trade today is the afternoon. I feel lately that's the better chance to make money. So we'll look at the open, and I might dabble around a little bit, but I have a whole bunch of work to catch up on, so I don't know how long I'll be here. And I'm hoping to come back on the afternoon, at the afternoon session. So we'll see how it goes. And if not, I'll see you guys on Monday, most likely. I hope everybody's doing good. From what I'm hearing, people are doing very good. What's my latency here? 1, 2, 3. Wow, it's not even 4 seconds. So you guys are a little quicker today. I will mention again that at some point I will be opening up Zoom. There won't be any. People are thinking there's going to be some sort of restriction. I'm gonna announce it everywhere. And I'm putting up I'm working on a platform this weekend to handle it all. So we'll see how it goes. But it still could be a month or 2 away. I've got all these different people that are guiding me on how to do this. I've never done this before in this manner, other than just like private people that I know coming in my private Zoom links, you know. But we'll figure out a way here, because I guess it's done all the time. So 7 minutes till market opens, guys. I am going to look at Intel to trade the open. Overall news for today. Oh, so you saw me go over my indicators. Down here's the day chart. This is Thinkorswim. See, I've marked the gaps here. Where's the gap low? Oh, that's the gap low. Oh, yeah, so we're way up here, because the day chart hasn't picked that up yet. But anyway, and so I have other indicators on this chart. And then the active trader, level 2, 5-minute chart, 10-day and a 5-minute chart, 2-day, which is used for Fibonacci, is why I have 2. Lately on this Strike and Recoil, I haven't been using them much. So the general news today is Tesla's driving the market, which is interesting after the earnings. I know that big lawsuit starting this week between him and Sam Altman, which is very interesting. That's a pretty serious. I don't know how long that trial will take, but if ChatGPT, if AI loses, that could change things a lot. So that'll be interesting. Do we really care when 2 billionaires are fighting in court? I don't know. Hard to have much sympathy either way, isn't it? But don't you feel like if they got to know you, maybe they just send you like 500,000? You know, Elon, I really like you, and I'm going through this right now, and if you just sent me $500,000, you would change my life. And I have gotten emails like that from people. I'm not making fun of you, but no, there's no free ride, guys. You gotta do it on your own. Everybody works hard for what they have. You know, and the people that have the billions, they don't feel there's any luck. I know I have a lot of luck involved in how I'm doing. I know. I work hard, but there's a lot of luck involved too. But sometimes I look at those billionaires and go, if you just 1 million my way, man, it would make my life a lot easier. Just 1 million. It's not going to matter to you, right? So we're looking for sudden reversals today. Likely magnet behavior near key strikes. So our market magnet, it's literally calling out that type of an indicator. Reading down the news here, technically driven. So the dealer option flow driven. SPY neutral, QQQ neutral, and choppy. slight short lean on the SPY, and then all these other major stocks that hit the scanner are all neutral. NVIDIA, AMD, MU, Broadcom, TSM, Marvel, ARM. Wow, all neutral. Mega cap that are neutral. Apple, Amazon, Google, slightly short on Netflix. Oracle's neutral. Tesla is neutral range. Day likely, like it's going to go up and down in its range. Palantir neutral. Coinbase is volatile, and it doesn't really call it. Same with MSTR, MicroStrategy, CrowdStrike neutral, and then Intel weak, slight short bias, which is how I want to play it, but I'm looking for a burst up before I go short on it. So we got 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes. SMH is neutral. How to trade your strike and recoil strategy this day. There's no strong trend. Options pinning, fake breakouts, fast reversals. Like it's saying, this is exactly the type of day that this strategy thrives in. Strike and recoil strategy. This is the day. Does that mean we'll make money? I don't know. But it is neutral, but moving back and forth, choppy. That's perfect for scalping. Perfect. And large caps are safer, you know. Do not chase breakouts. High probability of failure today. Wait for 20 to 40 cent extensions. So we'll see what this gives us here. Right now it's 27 cents on pre-market. What to avoid? Trends, holding too long, assuming continuation. That's good advice. And that's it. That's what we're looking for today based on everything fed into that prompt with all these stocks that hit the scanner and this strategy, which it knows very well. So let me zoom in on what we're going to do today. Good luck today, guys. Be careful, as always. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. Well, don't even do that. I'm not licensed to give you advice. Seek a licensed financial advisor. But do your own due diligence and be very, very careful. You know, your maximum loss and stuff like that. Keep your share size wicked low. What are we getting here for range right now? Range is 77, huh? I'll drop this to 50 at the open and see if I can catch a climb and then short off of it. There's the high. Our gap low is way down, but it may, because the VWAP is right here, it may stay here, so we can't count on anything. Well, you can never count on anything, right? So my volume's good, my picture's up, you guys can see me. Keep it tight, guys. Good luck. Look at that. They're trying to stop it right there. People are jumping in right now. Yeah. They try to catch it. So let's see. They're bidding. So, I mean, they're trying to drive it up right now. Let's see if it springs up. I hope it does, because I want to go short. I'll go short anywhere above the VWAP. So there's our pre-market center. It just populated. Our half and whole dollars are about to pop up along with the other reaction zones. So look at the gap high. Well, yeah, because that's the pre-market high. That makes sense. Here we go, guys. 22 seconds. Let me get everything lined up. Exciting. Be careful. Keep it tight. Go green. Be kind to yourself if you fail. Talk to yourself like you're guiding a friend when they do bad, which inevitably happens to all of us. And here we go. We're off. We're off and running. Very slow start. 4 million. 5 million. Holy crappers. I'm taking it. All right, so I'm in at 50 shares, and we're going to hope for a big recoil down. And we got 21 bucks right off the bat. Let's see if it goes up there again. So that was only 50 shares. I'm not going to ride it up because I think it's going to fade, but it did fade off the VWAP. So that was a good level to go into the first trade. I did use the ask. It took a chance that I might not get in, but that was okay not getting in. So now let's see how strong this pounds up. Again, we don't have any good historical data right now other than the gaps and the VWAP. That's about it. So we're indicator blind for historical data right now. 84. Yeah, I'm going to hit the 84. So I got the 84. I mean, this could take off, you know, and it could be a slow. I would trade it into a slow, a day trade for a slow fade. I would hold it. I would hold this into a swing, is what I would do. If it goes against me in the beginning here, and if it doesn't, if it gives me little profits, I'll grab it on the way, and then look to get into other moves. So I'm banking it as I go. That's my general strategy right now. But I expect it to go against me a little bit here and there. So, but there we go. So that's good. So $47 on the first two trades. So it's a good morning. Let's not blow it doing something stupid. Again, I'm going to wait for it to go up here, or I'm going to play the longer term fade. But I am going to go short. I'm not going to go long. And I'm going to keep it to like, this is really only like maybe 1/8 of my total share size for this stock. So I could have easily gone 500 shares and made a lot more money, 10 times the amount of money on those two trades. They would have filled too. And this is a huge amount of volume, and we're only seeing 40. So I know that there's people on Zoom up here that just did that. What's our high up there? $700. So $1,700. Okay. So you had way over, you had over 1,000. So yeah, I mean, so you can, your share size is up to you. And I do call it like a quarterback, but I have to tell you my advice right here is extremely suspect, because nobody can really, all these market orders have to wash out. So what I'm doing is just years of experience saying that usually the gap will go down. So I'm playing it short, usually, probably, not always. So it kind of made its play off the earnings. Everybody's touting Trump as a hero for the government buying this, and they were talking about who gets this money, because the government owns so much of Intel now. You know, I'm not sure it's not going to go all the way back up here, so I'm not just going to start riding this short. It's too soon to try to, fill the gap on a short. Way too soon. We have to see what gets revealed. So I'd rather see it spike up a bunch more and get some of these highs up here. It's over 84 again. But since it went all the way up to 85, it's kind of like to see it get up there before I go short again. See, the relative strength index is sending it down there. It's talking me in to get in. I'm going to try to get in a little bit. I got in a little lower than 85 there, 84.63. Looking for a dip down. Looking for a fade. I kind of like my position to hold if it goes up. Not too worried about it. I might add if it gets up to 87 and hold it for a longer trade today. Although I hate to hold shorts. Yeah, so let me think about that, because we're on a Friday, so I don't want to hold a short. So I would get out if it starts to go too far against me right here. I just thought that through. If I was long biased, I could hold it longer, but with scalping, you kind of make up your plans as the stocks reveal themselves. I mean, I had a general plan that I wanted to go short off levels, and so if it seems like, oh, he's just making this up, yeah, that's exactly true. I'm making it up on the data that's in front of me. That's it. These are not swing trades. got an email about that. Like, seems like you're just making it up. Yeah, I am making it up based on historical data and, my knowledge of what I've seen happen in the past, which is historical. So it's all perspective and how you look at things and how you present things. And, the accusatory emails, guys, are just a bit much. I understand what's going on. I've been a teacher for so many years, and I identify with you 100% that you're struggling when you have that tone and you're almost just looking for somebody to blame, really, rather than yourself. So you want to find mistakes that other people are making when they're making money. You want to call it luck. You want to make it that they're the reason you're failing. And we're all guilty of this. We all go through these things. So don't beat yourself up too much. But I do recognize it, and that's why I don't get too upset about it. You need to recognize it. That's the thing. You need to go like, there's nobody but you here, man. You need to answer to yourself. You need to get over yourself and quit worrying about what other people are doing so much and think about what do you need to do? What do you need to do to turn this around for you? Diagnose yourself and not other people. Diagnose what you're feeling, and that's why logging's so important. What's going on in your head? Why did you do that? Why did you make a good trade? What led to that? And then try to figure that out so you can find those little waypoints to repeat. And then, of course, why did you make a bad trade? Which are the ones that get burned in our brain much more than the good trades. But attacking people, it's kind of a vent for you, but it's not going to help you get better. It's not. It's just not. So I recognize it for what it is. I'm exposing you without telling your name, letting you know I know it. So maybe you should shake yourself and go like, oh crap, I'm so transparent. Let me fix myself. Shaking you. Fix yourself. Don't blame other people. Pretend there's no one else in the room because it's just you. What are you going to do? And then learn from everybody's screw ups and everybody's successes. You can learn just as much from the screw ups, the guys that fail every day. You can learn a lot from them. So you can learn a lot from the complete charlatans, the entertainment channels, the education or entertainment or whatever. You just got to take it all into your washing machine. I heard a joke the other day, very chauvinistic, but it was like, what do you do when your washing machine breaks? Oh, I slap her on the ass and send her back in the kitchen. That's a terrible joke, right? It's so chauvinistic. But I laughed. I love the politically incorrect jokes. I really do. I can't help it. I would feel the same way if it was a man was being somehow marginalized in such a way too. So I love it when they're against the mode of like, you can't say that. You're going to offend people. Those are the ones I really like. Like, really? You're defending all those people? Is that your job? Is that what you do? I'm going to get in. Now it's kind of a slow climb, so it's possible it's going to change to long bias, but I'm going to continue with my current thought process here and try to take advantage of tiny scalps here on shorts, when I see them. This one's swailing down, so it should pick me up in just a second. Less than 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it goes. That, my friends, is knowing how to read level 2. So, did you believe that? Because I have some swampland to sell you. No, I generally had an idea. It just so happened that it was perfect. I learned long ago on stage that, because I've been on stage in front of thousands and thousands of people doing all kinds of different things, and emceeing and auctions and comedy and whatever. And you can create the timing in a way where it always appears that you're right. You just literally create it. You have all different ways to go with what you say so that it comes out in your favor. And people are going like, whoa, when really it was pretty hard to fail. I actually learned a trick years ago. it was in the 90s maybe, from David Blaine, the magician, about how his tricks that he does, there's like 5 different answers that he can go to that always make him appear that he's right, you know. And we were in a bar one night and he was showing me the mind reading trick. And it was just, I never forgot it. I've gotten so many free appetizers using that trick. And it's just, it's diabolical. And then you get some people that are so like, oh my God, he's the real thing. And they start shaking and shaking. And I go, oh my God, how does he know? You know, it's just like, just calm down, calm down. You're going to be okay. You know, just, so there's a power and there's a control and there's kind of a danger. You got to be careful. But yeah, I've worked with a lot of entertainers through the years and learned so much working with them and their shtick that they do. And I occasionally bring some of it to trading in a very, very tiny way. I'm not as good as any of those people, but the little bit that I learned, just like in trading, guys, you learn a little bit from everybody, and then you create your own little style that nobody has but you, and you can teach people that style, and it's yours. And hopefully it's a winning one, but I mean, and you know, and you just get better and better and better at it as you tweak it. So you're taking all the cumulative information, winners, losers, through the years, slowly developing a way that it's working for you, and be proud of it, double down on it, and you know, make a living. And if you can articulate it, then you can start to teach it, you know. So we are getting into 3 minutes from the consolidation, and I might just stay here and keep playing this short biased. We have a level right here, so it is grinding right here, and I'm not sure I want to really go searching for anything. That this is so good right now that if we can, you know, play this short biased off of this, I don't think we're going to get, I think it's made its move up. So here's the great thing about a stock that's had news and gone way up. I don't think it's going to go way up again. You know, it's not, it's done the way up. So really it's more likely you're going to get more moves down, and it might stay right where it is, but you pretty much know, as much as you know anything, it's not going to make a big move against you up. So if you go short, you got that safety, right? You got that safety. You go in only a portion of your share size. If it does go up some, you can scale in, and you still got that safety. Like most likely it's going to come back toward the VWAP where the bulk of the capital is. And now we have the market magnet here. So I look at this as far as a read, and it's really good for the strike and recoil. So many trades here, so many trades. I've only taken a few. And there's so many here, you know. So, but be careful, you know. But that's the way I read this, like, oh, wow, it's a no-brainer. Just take, if you don't get impatient, just short off of these levels up here. Don't short here, short off here. And I would be careful going long. I would not think that it could recover. I would think that it could possibly drop through the whole day. It could drop like $10. I mean, what was our gap? Where was our gap low? Isn't it way down here? Yeah, here's our gap low. It's right down here, which is like $67. So $20 down from the gap high. So you could easily fade half of that. So you got to be, we may never get back up here again. And it'll be harder to call then. You know, doing the shorts become harder to call if it keeps fading off the VWAP. We want to use the VWAP. That's what we mostly want to use, not the gap high. Not that level, not that smoothing level I just made. We want to use the VWAP, as anytime it breaks above that, you've got a good short opportunity, in my opinion. Keep your share size low, scale in if it goes against you, keep to your max loss. There's an advice from somebody that you can lose a bundle in 1 minute after working all day to get green. Do I self-deprecate? Am I slightly caffeine this morning? Yes. We read the news. If you missed it, here's our SPY. I'm kind of waiting now, and that's what most of trading is. Keep looking at my mic because it keeps lowering the volume for some reason. Yeah, I was just looking at this and seeing how they're. I mean, the SPY is right on the quarter ATR, just below the center high, but right at its VWAP. You can see them. This is going to be a very slow, grindy day, which is great for us. We just got to find the levels. So what do we got? We got NVIDIA up $2, almost $3 up. No, $2. Tesla is, wow, $7 up. So everything's moving much more than this. So we might want to take a look at Tesla, although you can fit a lot more shares here. If you can wait this out and go short off of here, I think you could make money today. But as it falls off the VWAP, then you might want to think about it as a slow swing down with low share size. You don't want to hold a short into the weekend. It could just keep fading today. I know a bunch of people are just playing the fade for the day. It could fill the whole gap. I mean, it could be a great trade. I don't think that'll happen because the earnings were good. It didn't go up on stupid news. It went up on good news. So this is probably the general area. Probably $80 up to like 83 or 84 is probably we're gonna end up in here. I think 80 to 83 would be my guess from years of watching this stuff. That's what I got to go on. I'm not trying to prove to anybody that I'm a successful trader. I'm not sharing I do share my trades. If you watch me, I do trading view. Somebody recently asked for my yearly P&L, and I'm like, it's none of your business. And the thing that really bothers me about that, because I have a lot of trading accounts, right? So, and businesses and everything else. And what really bothers me about that is why that all started. It was a gimmick that people would show data that's easily faked, guys. Oh, it's verified by this, which is then verified by that, which is then now it's even easier faked with AI. People can show you all kinds of crap. Unless you see them live trading like this, I wouldn't believe any of it. That's just human nature. Don't believe it, right? Because it's all faked. And why do they do it? It's a marketing ploy to sell you something. When everybody that is showing you their supposed P&L, what's at the end of that sentence? Why are they showing you that? So that you will believe in them and buy their course. That's their marketing gimmick, right? That's all that is. And now people are taking it like, oh, if you don't do it, you must not be good at it. Well, okay. I guess I just don't really care if that's how people feel. You can come and look for yourself, That's the better way to know because, again, it's people that just don't know trading that get sucked into that stuff. Early on, though, I think we all do because we want to believe that's our teacher. We want to believe it. So don't spend more than like $100 on a course. I mean, there's some of the courses out $3,000, $4,000, $10,000. There's even a course that sold for $50,000, and the guy was completely fake. So it's just like, be careful, And everybody has a right to make a living, even those fake people. It's almost like you put a target on your head, right? I can't even get that mad at anybody like that, right? Are they entertaining you? That's a value. That's what they would argue in court. This is an entertainment channel. It's mostly fictional. They're paying for entertainment. Did they lie to you in there somewhere? Is their P&L just an entertainment blog thing? I mean, you're not going to get them because you're ignorant to get sucked into it. So you can't sue over that. You can. You just won't win. But all right, I'll stop there. We just were talking about that this morning again. We heard some story about somebody getting ripped off, and I think the worse than the ones that are doing it are the ones that the supposed exposures of it, that in the end are also selling something. Believe me, because I've called these people out. You can trust me. Like, oh my God, it just compounds, right? It just. Don't believe anybody, me included. Nope. This is just dialogue. I don't, Are you going to believe your lying eyes? It's a bit of comedy in it, unless you hear people lost their life savings. But, you know, those people, somebody would have got it from them, whether it be a trader, trading ruse guy, or somebody else. You know, you had a target. You were just going to lose your money because you don't know how to protect your money, you know. That's harsh, I know, but it's just like, if you don't understand it, don't spend money on it. You don't. And courses should be really cheap, hundreds of dollars at the most, you know, not thousands and thousands and thousands. The other thing, people, I'm just going to say one more thing about it all that really gets me is the people that expose them. One of the things that they say, and I brought this up the other day, and Charlie's been compiling little short clips for me to watch. That's why we're talking about it more, of these people on YouTube. But one of the things that the supposed exposers do is they say, all this information's available. They're not giving you anything that's not readily available. Guys, think about what that person's saying. Everything's available. Everything is out there available. You can get all information everywhere, right? So the idea on the people that put it into courses, they're saving you time. They're putting it together in a way that they believe you can understand it. They're putting it together in a way that it's of value to you, and you're paying for that value. I don't believe any of the people that sell those courses say, you can only get this information from me. It's not available anywhere in the world. You know, that would be interesting if somebody said that. You know, so the supposed exposers are like, that's their big play. It's all available anyway. It's like, well, of course it's all available, you maroon. Jesus, that's it. And then people go like, oh my God, it was all available and I paid for it. Everything's been thought of, unless you have a conversation with Einstein, maybe. Okay, I'm now going to stop. I'm caffeined up. Caffeine is like roided for traders. It's like steroids for traders. It's like the dude's on roids trading. This is lost. It's just fading, so I don't know how to trade it. It's not coming back. Let's see if we can find anything else. Wow, Tesla's still going. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it, even though it's probably too early to get to really read the indicators on this, but let's see. Or indications. So we're at the half zone. We are elite, which I would expect with this. Let me see here. Let me check out the order flow a bit. Wow. Okay, so serious opportunities here if we can get the levels. Danger, Will Robinson, trading a stock like this. Danger, danger, danger. Get rid of these. Yeah. I don't like that's a post-market level. You know, really, there's not a lot to mark here. I mean, you know, that would be, all these historical data levels are somewhat suspect anyway. You guys know it. But every once in a while, they get seriously respected, and you can look back and see, oh, look, it hit that 13 times. There's something going on at that price level. You know, so then you start to count on it a little bit more in your probability chart in your brain, you know. And that's all. It's just areas of possibilities. That's all we ever have. Charlie has cue cards. The cue card, because I took out the ear thing. I can't. The cue card she sent me was slow down. She has a slow down cue card. So obviously I'm hyper. She's critiquing me. That's part of her job. Mostly because I beat myself up later, not because it's her opinions. I'll say like, God, why was I babbling so much? And why? So she looks out to protect me. That's her job. She does a very fine job to protect me from myself. That's what she does. That's a good assistant. She does a lot more than stocks guys. So that's why she gets the big bucks. Special training to deal with narcissistic, egotistical, set in their own ways type people. I'm not saying who. Special training and sedatives. Look at this, huh? From the half down to the quarter. And that's the pre-market high, too. You got the market magnet calling in. I'm really starting to take a look at the levels, hoping it's not going to break them, because then we can get into the order flow of the trades within the levels. But if it breaks this level, then I don't really know what to do yet. We'll have to wait it out. Let's hope it holds it. It went through a little bit, 50 cents through it, all the way down here to, let me mark that level. So that's the even dollar level right there that we can see, 377. Yeah, let me just make this at the even dollar as well. When it's that close, that's where it should be. Now the $10 levels are bigger ones, like the 280 should be, 380 should be a real level that you'd want to keep an eye on, because that's a $10 and $5 levels. Maybe psychological levels. That's why psychological. There's our VWAP. Not that Tesla's really too reliable. Tesla is the least reliable for levels, so keep that in mind. Out of any stock I've ever traded, maybe MU would be right up there. What's that doing today? That's down $2. SPY's down, Q's down. Nvidia's still up $3. Interesting, huh? Apple's down. AMD, oh my God, AMD broke, I missed it. It's 340. That's just consistently gone up. Wow, would have been great. Remember when that was like 161 or something, and I was telling people what a buy it was? That was just like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. Holy crap, it's like doubled its, more than doubled its share cost. Wow, huh? Now that one hasn't split like Nvidia has a couple times. I'm looking at my watch list up here. Tesla's untradeable when it does this. I'm not going to chase this. Where's our open is right here. It opened at 373.50. I mean, this might come in handy in the afternoon, so I'll mark it. Might stop dead there. That's the pre-market low, too, at the open. Okay, so we got to get away from this because it's giving us nothing. Let's try Nvidia. Oh wow, I got that. Marked the heck out of that thing. Let me see. Are we anywhere near those targets? Kinda. All right, well that's okay. Those are viable levels. I would keep all those. That one's a little sketch. This one's sketch here. Let's get rid of this one. We're not down there anyway. That's not bad. Yeah, that picked it up again right there. All right, so those are all longer levels to just keep an eye on. Let's get rid of What is that one? I was just marking the even dollar the day I was trading that, it looks like. That way I know they're not today levels. And now we'll zoom in here. And they don't look like a lot of lines. Well, they still look like a lot of lines. Oh, that is the ATR high. That's what that is. We're at the ATR half. Is this NVIDIA? Yeah. This looks decently tradable right now. Let's see what it looks like on the 1 minute. See, buyers are in control here. Look at that snake moving in the levels. Now, what are the levels? Here's our VWAP. Here's the market magnet. So those are kind of both solid areas of support or resistance, depending on where you are. These are longer day levels. It doesn't look like that level has been respected, so we're going to get rid of it. This one was, for the most part, respected, so we'll keep that, see if it continues. And this was, too, the 203, definitely respected today. Wow, okay. So that's what those older levels can sometimes really be verified. Okay, that moves 7 cents in a split second, so there is tradable stocks here. Let me see if I want to do this 50 or 100 shares. Look, it's kind of slow here. It says liquidity is active, but let me just see again. Yeah, that's the way that's moving. I'm going to raise the share size if I take a trade in this. Now I don't want to force a trade. So we're going to wait a minute and just see if anything presents itself here. I would look to go long, off of this level here, which is way down where it opened, which is, where did it open today? Well, it opened at 200, just below 200. Oh, way down here. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's actually changes the way I'm thinking about this. So this could fade. This could definitely fade. So be careful here. This might be its real high. So I would play this short. I would rather play this short up here, 203. Or even below that, like 202.75, would be much safer to go short the way this is moving right now, especially since the market's just static, really. So it already kind of did its play. So I think a fading is, or just maintaining, is what we want to go for. So maintain by shorting off the higher levels and capturing small recoils, but not going long. I wouldn't go long off the 8. Normally, you see me go long off the ATR like the RV strategy, but with the way it's moving right now, I don't. The way it's already moved, I would want to play this more short. Hope you understand my logic. You see the market magnet's about to pull up slightly, which will act like a little springboard for that. Now this is where most of the volume is at that price, right there, right around 202 really. There's a lot of volume at 202. It's trying to say don't go down, go up. That's what it's trying to say. So good. Let's send it up there and go short. Anything above 202.50, I'll go short. See if it pops up there. It's getting close. Hit 38. What's our spread? I'm actually just going to go and mark it so I can make sure I get in. Spread's tight enough to go for it. So it made itself a little tiny, almost a little tiny bull flag there, but it's not really a correct one. See how it's just grinding here? Really hard to call that trade. Yeah. Although the magnet just went up, so that's going to burst it up here. It should pull it up. Let's see what happened. What happens here. I'd like to see these recede. Looks like they're starting to. And that's going to confirm that this should start to go up. Look at the order flow here. Just give it a second. It's starting to go up. What a grindy, no, it went down. That was its move. It's over. But all this volume just creeped in here, so let's see. Man, I guess the up happened and that was it. MACD sending it down now too. I would not get sucked into a long here. Hope Tesla decides to bottom out so we can take a look at it. Yep, it bottomed out. I'm looking at it on another chart up here. Kind of stopped at the pre-market low and at the open. Tesla did. So if that grinds there a bit, we may have an opportunity there. So we'll see what happens. Again, for this one, it's a waiting game. I would go short off. I'll go ahead and mark. This is the area I'd go short. Maybe a little bit below that. And count on it going against you for a minute too, so be careful. Again, I hate it when it's short bias because I can't hold it into a swing as much. It's more dangerous to hold it into a swing, and also we're about to hit a weekend and I don't really like to hold swings into the weekends. Definitely not on a short. So I have to keep that in mind, that one of my options is off the table to trade this stock, which is probably why I should go back down to 50 shares and not get greedy with this smaller account. Just keep stopping at like 40 cents. Sooner or later, it's going to suck me in to go short on that recoil right there. Yeah, it was like a 6-cent recoil. So 50 shares would have only been $3. I would have been sitting here waiting for a bigger trade. That's 11 cents now, finally. Still, you got to be $100. You got to be 100 shares or it's worthless. Okay, I'm going to take that. 53. Now I want it to go back where it was a minute ago. I've got to wait a minute for it to recoil down. It's okay. It's okay. Be calm. Everyone calm. Be calm. I would add at 203 if it was me, but it is me. I'm just saying. If I were to talk to myself, I would add at 203. We call that scaling in. Now I'm using my ASMR. Oops, I got the cat worked up. All right, it's okay. Oh my God. I up the share size, and then I go in when I was going to go in at that level. Yeah. Wow, Tesla's going up off the open. SPY's going up. Everybody's going up suddenly. Yep, the Q's up. $203.22 is the high. Right, that little green line. Made a higher high there. You know, on the most recent data, but nice, comfortable, safe trade here. No big numbers. What did we have? I can't remember what we made today already. All right, so we did 84 bucks already. So I would like to not lose $84 on this trade. I'd like to be green before the afternoon, even if it's just a little bit green. We'll keep the share size manageable. Yeah, I talked earlier about the whole lawsuit between Musk and Altman. Like, wow, the billion-dollar traders. There we go. 21. Now I'm at 202.81, which is above where it was consolidating, which is why I felt okay to take that, thinking that it would give me multiple opportunities to get out down here. Let's get a nice big dip. It's at 94, 97, 92. I'm at 81. We're about 10 cents off my position, roughly. The spread's really tight. So we're looking for a rejection at the even dollar there, hoping that that's going to happen. It rejected off of it quite a few times, went all the way up there and then rejected. Look at that rejection off that level. So if past patterns are accurate, we should get a nice big red candle here, or a series of them, and we should make some money. So let's see. We're basing it on historical data. There it goes. And there it was, 32 bucks. See, I called the red candle and there it happened. So it basically repeated that a little bit lower. So if you mark those reaction areas, the probability is that you're going to get it. Not always, just the probability. And that put us over the $100 or $2,000 a month, depending on how you want to look at it. Just the simple, safe trades that were easy to call. Early on, Intel just playing the short. What's happening with Intel? Oh, it's going back up. Let's take a look at it. So this might be tradable again here. Let's see. No, we were way up there. Yeah. Look at that. So it got held by the pre-market low firmly. Again, a reaction level you're going to want to mark. And there's a script that does it. I have a link to it that it populates them all for you. The most commonly ones that people watch. If they watch them, they react to them, right? That's just what I did. So you're trying to trade with the crowd. Look, it's resting on the VWAP. Going short up in here would probably be a good idea. AMD is they're just calling it red hot. It's gone up 10 bucks today. We might want to look at that. It used to be my favorite stock, and I kind of stopped trading it. It looks like for the RV strategy, it was a great stock. We've been doing Tesla. Yeah, so it stopped right there. There was your trade already. Yeah, 40-cent trade. Oh, let me lower that down. Let me go back to, what was I just on? NVIDIA? I was kind of getting into the zone on NVIDIA, so I would go short again off that level. So again, playing both of them short. Actually, this is the level we went short off of. And here it comes again. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. So I'm in short already. There was already a $10 trade there that I didn't get. 10 cent. Looking for it to go anywhere, anywhere above 283. General, I should have already taken the nice green trade I had. I just didn't react fast enough. Here it comes. I want to see it break the whole dollar again and then play the odds that it will fade. Looks like it's not. It's going to fade before it goes up any higher. I'll get out and look for a better entry if I can get a little bit of green here. I think it took so long to fill me that I think I was like even money there. But let's see if I can get it short a little higher. I had it at 69, I think. So look at the market maker here. I mean, it's pounding enough where it might break it, you know, so here would be the next level that, yeah, I am tempted to go long here because it looks like it's making a move to go up because the whole market's going up, so. Tesla stopped at the pre-market center. Yeah, I wasn't going to trade this long, but this level here, this little tweezer move, whoa. That almost sucked me in there. Yeah, I'm more worried about it breaking out, so that made me switch my thought to go long again. Is it going to hold that 50-cent level? Or is it going to break down? We're waiting to see. It's not a good enough level to go long and not a level I'd want to go short at. So I have to wait. As most of you know, waiting is the major thing we do in trading. See this coming in here? That means more volume up here now, meaning that the average volume is going to pull up, meaning people are going to see that in different ways, see that, and that's going to drive it up. And because they get confidence to go long. So let's wait. I'm not going to ride it long now at that level, but you can see it already is that was already a trade. Yeah, like 20-cent trade, 15-cent anyway. Was the only data we had, so I didn't grab it because it was in the middle of all the levels, so I just didn't grab it. You got MACD here, but MACD here too. MACD was right each time, as you can see, the white arrow. Man, it's just playing games right there, and you know the second I go in short, it's going to break out. If I go long, it's going to break down. That's the puppet master. We just don't have enough data to take a decent trade here, so. Down in here would be more decent for long. I'm going to do that. 54. All right, so that was a good trade right off the bat. And that was basically based on that level in order flow. 50 cent in order flow called that out. Just a quick, well, whatever that was, $10, $11, I don't know what that was, $13 trade. It was something decent for just 100 shares. I got almost the maximum amount it's saying that I could have gotten. We're only going for that, guys. Remember, this is the average that it's giving us on every candle there. So you don't want to overstay your welcome past that because that's like a double strike then. This is kind of breaking down, so the pattern is, where's our VWAP? VWAP's way down here, so yeah. Yeah, don't get sucked into the wrong. What are the 5? I haven't even been looking at what the 5 minute looks like here. Better start getting caught up in the micro data here. So I got to take that. I'm going to take that and hope that it's a quick recoil. I'm not going to add to it. If it doesn't come back, I'm just going to get out. That was decent. That was 10 bucks roughly, I think, right? So over what it was saying I could get. So both of those trades were to the max of what you'd expect to get on average. Now, if I put a smoothing level here, it would probably be about right in this area, 35 cents. I think that's about where I entered, 38 cents, 39 cents, I think. And I kind of spied it and said, I got to take it. You know, it had already gone lower, and I got it like up here. But now I'm marking it so you can see what I saw. It's just taking an average, and we call that a smoothing level in the scalping business, kind of like what EMAs and SMA. Well, EMAs do, SMAs exactly. And then they're just guidelines. That's all. They're not. Well, he said right there, 35 cents. Just a possibility, a probability lining up when you look at other stuff. That's all. Everything's just adding to the probabilities. I put a lot of sway into a lot of viability, whatever you want. I can't think of the right word, but my levels. I've been doing it for so long, and people think they're stupid. He doesn't know what he's doing. Trust me, you get a feel for, and I hate to use the word feel, but you start to be able to read where the repeatable levels happen. And when you do this for so long, wow, news just hit like crazy. Very weird time to hit a data dump. NEO plans to develop its own chip for EVs. Is that going to send NEO up? Do I have NEO on here? I thought I did. No, does it hit the scanner? I don't see it. It's usually a grinding stock that you don't really have many opportunities on. You know, if you don't see it and you're impatient, don't trade. Don't take the trade. Remember, do as I say, not what I do. You will see me do it over and over again. I will get impatient, and I can afford to be stupid. One more spike like that, and it's going to grab me on the short. It went back 7 cents on a recoil. That would have been $7. 81. Come on. Give a big pound up there. Nope. 83. Boy, it wants to spike, huh? It wants to go long. I'm not going to hit long right here, though it's tempting. Ah, I knew I got it in the wrong spot there when I hit it. I got to get out of this fast if it gives me an option. It's working its way up, not down, so I think I lost. Did I lose money there? I don't know. Anyway, the trades are cheaper here, 100 shares for this price. I think I'm paying like, 40 cents a trade, 30 cents a trade maybe. When you do not because of Charles Schwab, because of the exchange charging. Wow, so there was the rejection I was looking for to take the short off of. You can see the RSI hit it here. That's the top of the market magnet, so it knows. These are set for a reason on the market magnet. That's what these arrows are, part of this market magnet. That range is so often respected. Here's the low. You see how it respected it? People look at the data in different ways. This is calling out what they might see differently for you. You know, a range of a mega cap and large cap stock on its volume range, you know. I would rather get down in the 35-cent area here and maybe try it long. Wow, big rejection on the market. So be careful going long right now. I'm going to wait and to see what reveals and think about short biased up here. I mean, there's a lot of trades here. You know, there's constant trades here. This is the great thing about large caps. You get it wrong, it's like it comes right back, and oh, I didn't get the right spot. Oh, it made me money anyway. What you're really trying to fear is when a channel jumps and does, you know, it's been doing this, and you go short, and then it does that, and you're like, you know. So you have to be able to ride it to the next level by going and being able to scale in, and then if it keeps going, then you got to get out of your max loss. But it just went to a new channel and then gave you lots of opportunities if you'd scaled in. That's why I trade it that way. Like I can go 400 shares here. Well, this morning I can actually. Not on this. Well, somebody had sent some comment about tell the truth about what Charles Schwab does. So let me spell it out a little easier. Each individual person is going to get their own margin deal, right? Overnight, typically it's 2 times whatever your account size is. So if you have 5,000, it will hold 10,000 value overnight. Usually you can count on that. Some people only get 2 times value whenever you trade. That depends on your credit. That depends on who you are, what they'll do research on you. Most people, they keep it pretty open. It will give you 3 or 4 times, but it's not, you know, this comment was just, it was out of ignorance, I understand, just thought that everybody gets 2 because he probably got only 2 times. No, everybody's assessed individually. Check with ChatGPT, don't believe me, or check with Anthropic, or check with Claude, check with somebody, or just call Charles Schwab directly. And they'll tell you, you know, why you're set at that level and how you can maybe change that, because sometimes just by asking, you can change it. So if you want more. But no, since the PDT is abolished now, for all intents and purposes, it's a free-for-all. Who gets what margin? The most important thing that's so cool for everybody is you don't have to wait for it to settle when you get on margin. So that's almost more important than getting to trade with more money. It's just now you can trade with the money you have over and over and over and over and over again. So that's the biggest deal about margin, that it's set, you know, that you're settling. But yeah, try to get, if you have 5,000, try to get it up to 20K, you know. If you have 10K, 40K, then you could do 200 shares of this roughly. But even if you only have 10K, you can almost do 100 shares of this. This just happens to be over 200 now, but I mean, yesterday you could have done 100 shares. So yeah, it's not, no, I'm not giving false information. Tell the truth. I'm not. But again, you know, I could be wrong at any time. I'm not the gospel, you know. You're not paying for a course from me. Not to get defensive, but do your own due diligence. I'm just going to tell you what I know. I'm gabbing with my people. This is what I think is the facts. They're not. I didn't do a blood oath. I think I'm pretty correct. I'm not trying to mislead people, clearly, but yeah, sometimes I get it wrong for sure. So you gotta, even if I did what you said, tell the truth, I think how do we know I'm right? How would you really know? You have to check it yourself, you know? Don't just go by me. That's way too much responsibility for me, guys. I don't want to have that kind of responsibility. I remember teaching even the books math books, the text, they were wrong. You know, and I'd be looking at it going, I don't think that's right. It's sure enough in the book. Everybody's being taught. You know, it's false information. You can't count on it. The best fun is proving that with everybody in the class. Like, let's take this problem, for instance, and show how it's actually incorrect. You know, you guys probably would not remember this, most of you. Way back before people knew that a comet hit the Earth, and the theory was that that's when the dinosaurs went extinct. Now they're starting to change that. What the books put out way back in the day was that tiny mammals ate the eggs of the big dinosaurs, so they stopped reproducing. There wasn't enough of them, and that's how they died out. That was the facts that were put out way back in the 60s. And then sometime in there, the comet theory came out, you know, the meteor, whatever, the extinction level event, you know, that filled the atmosphere with stuff. But that, you know, through time too, you know, things that you think is, I'm old enough to know that things that you think are the facts stop becoming the facts. Here we go. Okay. That was worth a recoil attempt here, so let's see. A little bit bigger move than that. It'll slip more than $2, so let's try to get a little bit bigger pullback. $203 is an adding point, or maybe slightly above it at this point, because I got it pretty good, 84. That's not bad, really, to play off a rejection up here. Let's see what the order flow looks like when it hits it here, because I don't want to just mindlessly add to it if it's really, really strong. Looks like it's going to reject. Until that's a big push up. Let's see if those get, if sometimes there's little spoofs here. Yeah, that was not a spoof. All right, so now it's got me hurting. Woo-hoo. Boy, howdy, huh? That's a Western term. I went all the way in. We're in now, 207, so. That's an anomaly. I was riding it for a big rejection, so let's see if it happens. I'll hold it a little longer. I don't want this to get too red here because I don't want to hold a short in. So if this suddenly decides that it's going to take off, I'm just going to get out. It's too bad. We had 50 bucks with this. Now this one trade's killing me. Because it's a short and it's a Friday, I'm not going to keep averaging in on this, so. It should have already done its recoil, so now I'm kind of in danger area here. See if it pulls back to 203. I thought getting above 203 was a smart move for this, because even if this was support, at least it would give me a chance down here, you know. Yeah, that's the new high right there. Marking it. We're at the high. Normally a very safe place to go short, except my price is way down here. Oh dear, 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 dear. Longer it takes to go down, the more worried I get. But look at the buyers. The oxygen's thin up there, huh? Look at it weaken. Wow, I gotta have to get out of this. That's the other level. That's the other level that I marked on a day level there. So now I'm red for the day, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, very, very manageable for the afternoon session, but it's pissing me off. It's overextended right now, so. NVIDIA stock faces headache from DeepSeek, but yet right when that story came out at 10:34, it went up. Let's give it a second. I'll call it at 150 for the day here. If it goes up to 150, I'll get out. Other than that, I'm going to hold it for the swing down. I'm not going to add anymore. So I don't think it's just going to stay up here all day, but I don't want to hold a short. And I have to stop soon for this session, so we're back to even money for the day here, as you can see. Hoping for a little better than that, obviously. Wow, huh? He wants to stay up. Let's make a tombstone there. There's some signs of it going down. Hold it. I'm going to hold it for the move. Get ready to get hurt. Yeah, that's bad. The volume went up as it was going up, so that's bad. So we're about to get out of this move here. Ouch. Just keep your losses tight. There it goes. All right, that's too bad. So now I'm down for the day. I was doing so good. 72 down. We'll make that back this afternoon, but that was discouraging. Yeah, so that's an anomaly, and that can happen. You know, you got to be careful. That can happen. And honestly, I think it's up here going short is smart, but yeah, I'll try again here. Let's see, 240. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Full share size. That's how bold I am. I don't think I'm being hijacked here. I think it's due to come down soon, but is it really gonna keep going? Oh my God, really? What is going on with this? Nothing. There's no story. Really going on the overextended is what I did there. And now it's hurting me more. 205, we don't, if it breaks 205, that'll be when I get out again. Looks like it's gonna, now it's making it harder for me to, I'm just pushing the envelope here, trying to get it back here, but now I gotta stop being silly in a second here if it keeps going up. I just don't understand why it is going up, but we don't get to know that, right? I'm looking at the market maker here, just waiting to see if it's going to break the 205. There, it's very close. Who would think this kind of move, huh? This kind of move up like this out of nowhere. It was just grinding, and now it's just like, is there some news that came out that I did not see? I keep looking at the news, and I just don't see it. Because even if it did start going down, it would probably take a while for it to go down here. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Wow. So now I have a deeper hole. Look at that. Look at that. So whoever just played that trend did well. That's how the strike and recoil can go against you. on a big company like that too. Look at this, doing all this for that long, and then just one of those months, guys. We're still green for the month, but I'm just having one of those months where things are just not being very predictable. All right, I'm going to call it there for now. I'll see you guys in the afternoon. I hope you did better than I did on that last trade. We were doing good, and then we weren't. All right, I will see you soon. Go green out there, guys. Be careful.